Congratulations, Steve.
Thank you.
That's about time. Welcome to the board.
Thank you.
All right, so let's start with a entertaining motion for open the public hearing.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Need a second?
Second.
I got a second from Mr. Galley this time. Thank you, sir. Roll call, myself is a yes. Mr. Tanzi,
Yes.
Mr. Baker Senior,
Yes.
Mr. Baker Junior,
Yes.
Mr. Galley.
Yes.
Rock and roll. 7:30 PM, remotely conducted continuance public hearing will be held by the Rockland Zoning Board of Appeals on Tuesday, June 20th at 7:30 PM on the application submitted by, don't make me do this, Odiliton De Silva.
Yes.
And oh God, Fran Massaro.
Francis Lane.
Okay, I can do that. 135 Mill Street, Abington, Mass. For a variance pursuant to zoning bylaws 89.1. Zoning variances section 15, section 415-10, R3 resident zoning district, and 415-29, number of buildings on single lot to allow one additional residential unit in a freestanding garage on a lot where there is an existing two-family house at the premises known as and numbered 104 West Water Street, Rockland, Massachusetts, located in the R3 residence zoning district, section 415-10 of the bylaw, and is further identified as lot 144, map 45 on the Rockland assessor's maps. The owners of the property are Odiliton De Silva, and say it one more time.
Francis Lane, Ninka.
Of 135 Mill Street, Abington, Massachusetts. Okay, now this is listed as a continuance, continuance public hearing. Was this open? Can't hear you, Deb.
Sorry, it's not a continuance.
Okay, so that was a misprint. That's why I didn't remember any of this. I'm like, was this the night that I was in the hospital? Or?
No, it's not a continuance.
All right, so this is open. This is first time. This is first shot then. All right, who is here for the applicant to speak? Don't everybody raise your hands at once. Somebody for the applicant's got to speak.
I think just invite them to speak, Rob. Invite Mr. Silver and Mrs. Nassau to speak.
Silva, if you're the applicant, we need to hear from you. Tell us what you're preparing to do.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I misunderstood what you said. Yeah, so we're just looking for a relief from the board in regards to our unit in the garage, our dwelling unit in the garage. We have tenants living there, and we're looking for variance from the board to continue with the people there as a source of our income, and it's I mean that's basically what we're looking to ask you guys for.
Okay, just a couple of quick questions. Did you get a permit for any of the work that you did in here?
No, there was no permit at the time. We just saw the structure as a potential extra income, but unfortunately we do not have
Okay,
it.
so water and sewer hookups for the structure?
There was not water. We connected the water at the time.
So then there was no sewer then either.
Right. Yes, correct.
And you did that without permits.
We did it without permits.
Okay. All right. Hearing that, I'm going to open it up to the board. Mr. Tanzi, any questions for the applicant?
No, not at this point in time.
Okay. Mr. Baker Senior?
In your application, it said it was a friend. Now you're saying it's a family member?
No, it's not a family. It's a tenant.
Yeah, your application says friend.
Yeah, friend tenant. No, it's not a family member.
You say there's no storage going to that structure now?
There is,
There is.
yeah,
Is it hooked up to the original house or was it tied into the street?
yeah, to the original house,
Okay.
yeah.
The water is hooked up to the house too?
Yes, correct.
Okay. If I may, Mr. Chairman, we got a letter from the Water Department.
Please, sir, read it.
Thank you for the information. I would like them to please fill out an application for water so I can have it on file. Depending on how many bedrooms they add to the garage, there could be a fee that the owner will need to pay. I would also like to make sure that the water is being metered going to this garage apartment. If not, they will have to get a meter installed by my department and pay a fee associated with that.
Okay,
I believe they want the water meter so they can charge sewer to it too. The sewer use is based on the water
Usage.
use.
yes, if I may speak, right now, everything is just connected to the main house, so, basically, we have the tenants on the first floor and on the separate dwelling. Paying, they just pay rent and we pay all the utilities, so all the water used in the garage is basically. But I understand what you're asking, for the water meter.
We also have a letter from the deputy fire chief.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Tom Heaney, deputy fire chief. I would like to see if the apartment has smoke CO detectors. It should only require one smoke detector in the bedroom and one combination smoke and CO outside the bedroom that will need to be hardwired interconnected. Did you ever put in smoke detectors and have them checked by the fire department?
We have hardwire smoke detectors, but it was never checked by the fire department.
That's all I have right now. Rob, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Baker Senior. Mr. Baker Junior,
Nothing is, excuse me, nothing at this time, Mr. Chairman.
I appreciate it, sir. Mr. Galley.
Yeah, I got just two questions at this moment. When did you buy the house and when was the garage renovated into a residence?
That was the end of 2017. That's when we made the purchase, and I think about a year later, if I'm correct.
It was 2020,
Oh, 2020.
end of 2020.
Yeah, right. 2020.
So we-
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Is that all you got, Steve?
Right now, yes, thank you.
All right. All right, let's go over a few things. First and foremost, you know that this is not allowed in the zone, correct?
Yes, I was aware of that. Buyer was doing, taking care of the case for us. But I didn't know it before. I had no idea.
You said, forgive me, sir, but you just went at this and didn't even think to talk to the town. You didn't, and there's a lot of stuff wrong here. And you're asking for a lot. You're asking for a lot of forgiveness here.
Yes, I understand, and I'm just being truthful to you guys. I could hide many things, but there's no reason for that. I'm just being as clear as possible that I should have known better, just looking for guidance and counseling on that, and just being aware of the potential that, things that could come across. And at the time, we just needed an extra income, and that's the only thing we could think of, just because I'm the only one that works, and my wife is a stay-at-home mom, and
I froze.
I lied.
I understand what you.
Oh, there we go. All right, all right. Or maybe not. Okay, no, it just, your screen, it froze up there for a second, so, I think we hear where you're coming from. But, Attorney Galvin, can I ask you a question?
Sure,
Well, this isn't allowed in the zone.
it is not, only single and two families.
And even, and it's not allowed, it's not allowable by special permit. I don't think we can allow, I don't think we can approve
The,
this.
the only way it could be done would be to connect the garage to the residence and then treat it as an accessory apartment. So, with some guidance and some professional help, there's a possibility that he could solve it, but probably not by this mechanism.
Okay,
Like
Mr.
he would be advised to consult with a lawyer. And if he could connect the garage to the main residence, it is a district that allows by special permit an accessory apartment.
Mhm.
The deal with an accessory apartment is it has to be connected to the main residence.
Mhm.
And that would be the only way to get it done. And, I don't know that this is the right way to get it done, but there's a possibility of doing it correctly that way.
Mr. Silva, do you understand what he's saying?
Yes, I understood, yeah. I can talk to the lawyer and ask him for ask some guidance of him and see what we can do about it for sure, yes.
All right, that's understood. Going to open it up to the general public at this point. Is there anybody that wants to speak in favor of this application? And coming back, is there anybody that wants to speak opposed to this application? Hearing none, I'm going to go back to the board members. Board members, do you have anything else?
Mr. Henderson has his hand up.
Oh, there he is. Tom Henderson, what's going on, sir?
I'll lower my hand. Chairman Rosa, how are you?
Not too bad. What's going on, sir?
Thank you, and to the board, the zoning board of appeals, thank you for taking the time. I am at a party of interest of this project here at West Water Street, and I do have some concerns beyond what Attorney Galvin and yourself have pointed out. Is that this property driveway was installed through the frontage of the property, which is right through the bylaw, but actually does have an issue because it's within 25 feet of the intersecting road. So under 415-33B, it would have to be within or more than 25 feet. They only have 58 feet of frontage. So I think parking becomes another issue for this property because we need this 3 spaces per unit. You need 9 spaces. They have the parking spaces off of West Water Street, which probably was a grandfathered use, but they put the additional spaces in with no permit. And again, if they attempt to put additional spaces, I think they're not going between this 10 feet setback on the right side of the property, the house, and then the 25 feet from the intersection, that's going to cause another issue. I have some concerns overall, though, just adding another unit in an apartment like that. Well, in this way, I think it's rewarding bad behavior. Unfortunately, you guys have felt it much more in the past with projects that were built and then, came back and asking for forgiveness. Unfortunately, I think this is a tough way to do business. I know plenty of people that have gone and asked, got the proper permits. It's concerning that a lot of work was done with no permits. And as a butter, I have concerns and opposed to this variant. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Henderson. Thank you for taking the time to come out. All right, going back to the board members at this point. Anybody have any questions?
Well,
Actually,
right. I have-
Before we go there, I got another hand raised
Oh,
by
right.
Sandy
Go ahead.
Jackson.
Hi, while I am sympathetic to the homeowners, as a neighbor, I am absolutely 100% opposed to this.
Any specific reason why, or is it based on pretty much everything that you've heard tonight?
It's based on everything that you're all well aware of.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak up. Now we got everybody's hands up. Here we go. I'm going to recognize Margaret Grafton.
Hi, guys. So I just wanted to say that living on the street, there is a lot more cars and it's just a lot more busier around here. And ever since whoever moved out last and whoever has now moved into this dwelling that you guys are talking about, there's also been excess amount of cars coming and going, dropping children off. I don't know, but a lot of daycare type things is going on with that property, and it's just extremely busy in this neighborhood right now.
Really?
And I just think it comes down to, what's the law is the law. And I think that everybody pays their taxes. And I think that, it's a two-family, needs to stay that way.
Mhm.
So that's all. Thank you for hearing me.
Thank you, Ms. Grafton. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Got another hand up from Stephen. Stephen, what's your
Yes.
last? name, sir?
My last name is Kozakevich. I'm at 112 Arlington. I bought the property that's next door. I did see them doing the work that they were doing. It is all underground into their house through underneath their porch and everything. So I do oppose of this totally. I don't feel it's safe for anybody walking around that area from the house to the garage there. I do believe it might fall through, fall in, and make more sinkholes. Sorry about this, but I don't believe it's right.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I don't see anybody else with hands raised, so I am going back to Mr. Baker Senior.
I have one question for the applicant only. Do they live in the front building?
I'm sorry, who?
Do you live in the front building?
Yes, the main house, the first floor. Oh, no, if I lived there?
Yeah, do
Yeah,
you
you live there.
I lived there, yeah, we're in Abington now.
Okay.
You
So
don't. live-
you're renting the whole front out too, right?
Oh, we don't.
For income?
Yeah, yes, the first floor.
Okay.
do
What
you
about the
live
second
there?
floor?
Wait a second, hold on, Bob. Do you live there or do you not live there, sir?
No, we live in Abington now,
Okay, so you do not, this is owner unoccupied.
correct.
Okay,
That was my point.
okay, I appreciate that. Anything else, anybody, anything else, anybody?
Not at this time.
All right, I would entertain, just so we're clear, it's a full board, so everybody's voting, and all four board members are voting tonight. I would entertain a motion to,
Close the public hearing.
thank you, we got a motion, need a second?
Second,
Got a second, roll call, myself is a yes, Mr. Tanzi,
Yes.
Mr. Baker Senior,
Yes.
Mr. Baker Junior,
yes.
Mr. Galley.
Yes.
All right, now hold on 2 seconds. I have to get my cheat sheet up here. And it is right there. Put it over here. Okay, hearing none, okay. Mr. Silva, the board will deliberate tonight and you're welcome to stay. You will receive a decision in the mail with a date stamp, 21 days from the date stamp on the decision. Go to the town clerk's office, request a certificate of no appeal, and if no one has appealed, the town clerk will give you a certification and a copy of the original decision. Take those to the registry of deeds and have them recorded. One of the conditions is always to show the building department proof of recording. All set? Mr. Silva?
Okay, yes.
Feel free to stay. We're gonna look at opening the next meeting. Let me just get that up here so you can see that. And it's 7:54, so we can go here. All right, 7:45. Remotely conducted continuance public hearing will be held by the Rockland Zoning Board of Appeals on Tuesday, June 20th, 2023 at 7:45 on the application submitted by Michael Bonilla for a section 6 finding pursuant to zoning bylaws 415-24 non-conforming uses and a variance pursuant to zoning bylaws 415-89.1 zoning variances and 415-22.4 building and lot regulations to allow the applicant to replace an 11-foot 3-inch wide front porch with a front porch that matches the width of the house. The residence is situated 4 to 5 feet off the side property line, a pre-existing non-conforming structure. As the house itself does not meet the side yard requirements for the porch to match the house, it would also not meet the 15-foot setback at the premises known as and numbered 603 Liberty Street, Rockland, Massachusetts. The property is located in the R2 Residence Zoning District, section 415-9 of the bylaw, and is further identified as lot 63, map 30 on the Rockland Assessors Maps. The owner of the property is Michael Bonilla, Rockland, Massachusetts. Okay, Mr. Bonilla. Are you here?
Yes, sir.
There you go. All right. So let's just, everybody pull up your plans here and talk to us. Tell us what you're, tell the board what you're looking to accomplish here.
So currently the front porch is more of a staircase going up and it's falling apart. The 4-foot blizzard, the railings popped off. So either I need to replace the structure that's already there. So wanting to replace it, I thought I could make the house look nicer and make the porch actually livable, like usable porch space instead of just a staircase. Run it as a porch that matches the width of the house instead of half the width, essentially.
Understood. Is there a porch there right now?
Yes, it's a staircase up with a wider landing zone, right? So the staircase is say 3 feet. The porch runs 11.
All right, so it's more of a deck.
Yes.
It's a deck landing. There's no roof on it.
Correct.
Okay, all right, so that's just steps with a landing. All right, open it up to the board. Mr. Tanzi.
So you want to remove and replace with a larger, patio is basically what the porch. Porch. I'm sorry. I meant porch. I'm sorry.
The current plan, just so we're clear, the current plan does not show what's existing there right now. Typically on a plan like this, they would, your surveyor or engineer or whatever would show what's there and then show that kind of like under what you're proposing. That's not what happened here. So it's making sure everybody does understand that there is a landing, there is a set of stairs, and he's looking to remove the landing and stairs and replace that with a full width porch. And based on what I'm seeing here, a little bit further than the house is wide. Is that correct, Mr. Bonilla?
Yes, almost entirely. The current porch overhangs a little bit on the driveway side of it. It's the A-frame style house, so it has the larger eave, so it's got a little overhang on that side. So.
All right, and again, I'm not too worried about, because quite honestly, that's the furthest part away from the property line. You know what I mean? From that left-hand side property. Mr. T, sorry to step in on that.
No, that's all right. So like you said, it is a little bit difficult to understand, but it seems like the portion of the porch that's expanded beyond the level of the side of the house, that portion conforms to the setback. Is that correct? Or is it in the front yard setback, the whole thing?
The whole porch is in the front and the house is 5 feet off the property line. So to carry the porch, the width of the house would hit the side yard issue.
Greg, do you have the plan in front of you? I can put it on the screen.
Yeah.
You want me to share the screen?
If you could, please, Mr. Chairman.
Yep. Hold on. There. All right. Everybody see what I'm looking at?
Yes.
All right. Here's the existing house. In and around here is where the existing, let's call it landing and stairs are, somewhere over around here. What he wants to do is he wants to come out from the side of the house, from both sides, 8 feet. And then he wants to go across. We got 26.6 feet, back 8 and go in 3. So it's going to overhang the right side of the house about 3 feet. On the left side of the house, the existing front setback, all right, is 5.1. Now, if you look at it, the house is kitty cornered on the lot. It's tweaked on the lot. So it's technically shorter back here. All right. I don't know why the surveyor didn't put the number back there, but technically it's shorter back here. So what that means is that if it's shorter here, then gets longer. If you prolong this side, it's going to be even further away from this. All right, so if it's 5.1 feet at the at this corner of the building, over here, it's going to be like, call it 5.3 feet, 5.4 feet. So it's just going to be getting further and further away from the line.
Well, doesn't it say that it's 8 feet off the line?
No, that's 8 feet. This is.
Oh, that's the dimension.
Drafting on
That's
the drafting on this plan is disgusting. So what I'm saying there is this 8 feet should be like in here. So yeah, 8 feet is the depth of the patio, or excuse me, the
Okay.
depth of the porch that he wants to construct.
But where he's expanding it, that 3 feet, that
Yep.
34 foot, he's within his dimensional requirements on that side, on the right side, as you look at the plan.
Absolutely, the right side and the front, the right side offset and the front side offset, he's good.
So it appears to me that I would say that this would qualify as a finding, because he's not increasing the nonconformity, and it's already non-conforming. And it's just a matter of opinion of the board. Is it more substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood? I do wish we could see the existing conditions, because that would have helped me out a bit, but you know,
Looking at it, though, you can see what he's talking about.
I can just walk you outside if you, is that what you want?
No. That's not necessary. It's just, again, it's a deficiency on the plan, but we're all in the business, so we kind of understand what you're trying to do. So I guess my question to you, Greg, is, and actually to the rest of the board, does everybody understand what the applicant is proposing to do at this point? Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
I do, yes.
I'm going to stop sharing that screen so I can see everybody. That's my biggest concern, is making sure that all the board members do understand what's going on, what the applicant's trying to propose, and the sheer fact that the further away from the building he gets, the further away from that side lot line he gets. So hearing what Mr. Tanzi says, he's saying that he sees this as a Section 6 finding only. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it back up to the board. Does anybody else have anything that they want to talk about? Any questions they want to ask?
Question.
Mr. Galley.
I just didn't catch it. I drove by, I saw where the stairs are. What will the stairs be like on the new porch if it gets approved?
So in the exact same, except a little bit, the porch would be a little bit deeper. Currently it sits at about, I think 5.5, 6 feet. So they would come out a little bit further.
Okay.
The width, but
same location though, pretty much same location.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Because they lead right up to the front door. Nothing with that's changing.
Okay. So basically, come from the house, like the steps will go towards the street.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Does anybody want to speak in favor of this application? Anybody want to speak opposed to the application? Hearing none, go back to the board members.
All set.
One more time, I'm going to go to Attorney Galvin. Anything to talk about right now? Good.
I don't have anything to add.
Anybody want to make a motion to close this portion of the public hearing?
I'll make a motion to close.
Oh, I got two at a time. You guys want to duke it out?
No.
Okay.
I will yield to Mr. Tanzi.
I will accept Mr. Tanzi's motion. I will take Mr. Baker Jr. as a second. I will take a roll call. Mr. Tanzi?
Yes.
Myself is a yes. Mr. Baker Senior?
Yes.
Mr. Baker Jr.?
Yes.
Mr. Galley?
Yes.
Okay, another cheat sheet again. Here we go. Mr. Pania. The board will deliberate tonight, and you are welcome to stay. You will receive a decision in the mail with a date stamp. 21 days from the date stamp. On the decision, go to the town clerk's office, request a certificate of no appeal. If no one has appealed, the town clerk will give you a certification and a copy of the original decision. Take those to the registry of deeds and have them recorded. One of the conditions is always to show the building department proof of recording. Hang out, just give us a few minutes. This will go quick, okay? All right, board members, what do you want to talk about?
We're gonna, we're gonna do this as a section 6 finding.
Well,
Like,
first, do you want to go to the other one first? We kind of, unless you want to take them out of order.
Well, we only, yeah, we closed this one, that's all.
No, we closed both of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we gotta decide both of them. So do you want to take them out of order or do you want to?
This one's gonna be pretty quick.
All right, so make a motion to take them out of order.
I'll make a motion, we take them out of order.
Second.
Yeah, first and second, Mr. Tanzi,
Yes.
myself is a yes, Mr. Baker Senior,
Yes.
Mr. Baker Junior,
Yes.
Mr. Galley,
Yes.
Mr. Baker Junior, talk to me, sir.
Baker Junior.
No, Baker Senior, my bad.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Are we treating this as a section 6 finding? Or are we gonna go with the original application for the side variance?
Let's make certain that continues with well, he's requesting a section 6 finding and variances if necessary. So
Hey, Rob, could you put that plan back up on the screen?
you got it. Let me get there. There and share that. You got that?
Yeah, so the existing house is already, what, 5.1 feet from the side setback,
Yeah.
maybe even closer?
At the front, it's 5.1, but at the back, it's even worse. And you're probably looking at 4 feet.
Yeah, and the existing porch is on the front, right?
Yep, it's a landing.
Yeah.
So it would be like a front deck, front landing with
Yeah.
stairs coming down virtually in the same place that's already.
Yeah, but the existing non-conformity is not going to be exacerbated by this proposed extension of the non-conforming structure.
Nope, it's on the left-hand side of the house. If you keep prolonging that side, it's gonna get further away from the lot line. So it's not gonna get any more non-conforming than it already is. He's
Yeah,
already
so-
conforming on the right side, and he's already conforming with the front.
So in my opinion, this is a case where the board can approve this via a special permit or the section 6 finding.
Mhm.
If it finds that the proposed extension of the structure will not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood. And I would recommend the board deny the variance as moot because it can be approved by special permit under the Belalta case.
Does anybody want to say exactly what Attorney Galvin just said in the form of a motion?
Yes, I'll make that motion.
I have a motion. Deb, do you have a good handle on what he just said? All right, cool. I've got a motion. Do I have a second?
Have a second.
I have a second. We're going to do a roll call. Mr. Tanzi?
Yes.
Myself is a yes. Mr. Baker Senior?
Yes.
Mr. Baker Junior?
Yes.
Mr. Galley?
Yes.
Mr. Benia, build your porch.
Thank you all very much for your time. I appreciate it.
You gotta wait till the decision gets filed though.
Yeah.
You need to go through the appeal period. You need to record the decision. You do need to get that to the building department. Just follow the rules and we're good to go, sir.
All right, you got it. Thank you. Thank you all very much. Have a great night.
Sir, thank you. All right. What are we going to talk about now?
First one.
Okay. Who wants to talk about that one?
I'll make a motion to deny.
I'll-
Yeah, he's like, huh.
I don't like the motions to deny. I just don't like double negatives.
I didn't. Well, you want a motion to not approve?
Yeah.
I mean, I almost feel like it should be phrased like, I don't know, if you say, even if you want to deny it, I feel like you should, in a way, say motion to approve, and then we vote aye and nay,
Attorney Calvin, what says you?
It can be denied without prejudice.
deny without prejudice, so he has a chance to come back in a short time?
So here's the rule, okay? Rockland follows state law, and if you deny somebody a variance, they cannot come back for the same thing for 2 years unless they get consent of the planning board and permission of the ZBA. So that's chapter 48, section 16, okay? And it applies in Rockland as well.
Mhm.
So if you deny them the variance, they can't come back for the same project for 2 years, functionally. If they get some advice and they do something differently and the board then approves it, then it's a possibility that's a different project. But Mr. Tanzi is also correct that when you deny it, you could deny it without prejudice to their right to refile within 2 years. So that's up to the board to decide. You can, if you deny it, it'll be considered with prejudice, which means they're out for 2 years. If you deny it without prejudice, there's a possibility it can come back within 2 years. There's always that possibility if they convince the planning board that what they've done is materially different. But there's also a possibility that they could consult with somebody and come in with a different project.
Is that based on whether we vote quote unquote to deny or vote to approve and then?
Well, I think Mr. Tanzi's point was we could deny without prejudice, and I think he's correct. You could deny without prejudice, meaning that you're not going to preclude them from coming back within 2 years.
But how could we even contemplate approving this if it's not allowed in the zone at all?
They could do like they did down on Market Street, down by Damon. They built a house back behind it. And the same thing, there's 2 houses on one lot, but they put a porch going from one house to the other house.
But if he does that, then he's not gonna need a variance. Because then it's the same, then it's multiple units in one building. And even at that point, it still would be a 3-family. 2 families are the only thing that are allowed in an R2. Or no, what are we, R3?
3.
Yeah, 2 families are the only thing that are allowed in R2.
They already have a 2. I'll stand by my motion.
I'm trying to understand how any way, shape, or form that we could approve this, even if they connected it. That's still a 3-family in an R3 zone where 3 families or multifamily aren't
Allowed to do it.
they're not allowed to be there. So, and I hear Mr. Baker Senior's motion, and I'm going to second it. So,
I didn't hear Mr. Baker's motion, Mr.
oh,
Chairman.
sorry, Mr. Baker, Mr. Baker Jr., Mr. Baker Senior. What is your motion, please, sir?
Make a motion to deny
I second it.
the applicant request.
That's going on in this project, and no permits have been pulled.
Right.
The town hasn't been contacted in the least. The
Building department, the wiring, sewer, plumbing.
nobody knew it. Nobody knew anything. And now we hear about a driveway that was poured or put at the front of the property that I'm assuming it's reasonably new. That doesn't meet current standards either. So it's just
That's a controversy with the highway department too.
I believe it. And this is what I'm saying. The owner of this property is just
What Mr. Henderson said about the 30 feet or 25 feet from the intersection.
right. No, the owner of the property is just throwing care to the wind on this. It doesn't care. So I second the motion. I'm gonna throw a roll call out there.
He doesn't even live there.
Right, that's the point. So rather than belabor this, Mr. Baker Senior,
Yes.
okay, myself is a yes. I'm gonna go to the other three members. Mr. Tanzi,
Yes.
Mr. Baker Jr.,
Yes.
Mr. Baker, Mr. Galley,
It's a vote yes to deny.
yes to
Deny.
deny. So that's 5 to deny. Done. Attorney Galvin,
That'll give him 2 years.
I'll give him 2 years.
It's up to you guys.
No, I'm absolutely dead set. I'm dead set on this.
I still have a question about the definition of the vote. Not this vote, but when you vote to deny without prejudice, they don't have to wait 2 years.
Correct.
But if you vote to deny, is it the same thing as voting to approve, but all members vote against it? Are those two different things?
Functionally, they're the same thing, but the preferred and clearer course of action is to vote to deny if that's what the majority of board think.
Okay, good. I just remember we had confusion.
It's easier for someone to understand when you make the motion to deny and it passes by, a sufficient quantum of the board than it is to approve and not get enough votes.
Okay.
It's
All right.
clearer. Some people have a hard time understanding that, oh, they made a motion to approve, but it didn't pass by enough votes. It just becomes confusing. So it's clearer in my view, if that's how the board feels, to vote to deny.
All right, good. We had confusion in the past about voting to deny and something got
Well,
approved.
sometimes it's a little closer than maybe this vote was, but and sometimes maybe the board, because you don't deliberate before meetings, sometimes maybe you don't know how others are going to vote till the vote gets taken. So there's a motion to approve and you don't get enough votes for it to pass. And remember, on a 5-member board, a variance requires 4 votes in the affirmative to pass of a 5-member board and 4 votes out of 4 on a 4-member board if somebody had a conflict that wasn't around. So I think that the easiest way to do it, if you have a sense of how people feel, is to bring a motion to deny, which occurred tonight.
All right, so motion to deny, all in favor, denied the variance.
Yes.
Perfect.
Good.
Did you do a roll call vote on that?
Yeah, we did do a roll call vote.
Okay.
That's all taken care of. The last thing.
So you'll give a written decision to the applicants within a couple of weeks, and it'll explain their appellate rights, if any.
Perfect. All right, now going over here. Annual board reorganization, discussion and vote to approve chair, vice chair, and clerk for fiscal year 2024. All right, everybody, this is your chance. Throw me under the bus. If you want me to stay chair, I will gladly stay. If you want somebody else to be chair, Mr. Galley per se. If you want somebody else to be chairman, now's the opportunity. I'm not requesting to stay, but I'm not looking to leave either. So up to you guys.
I make a motion to leave Robin as the chairman.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so that takes care of that. Vice chair.
Motion to leave Greg as vice chair.
Perfect. You're not going to give me an opportunity to
Babble.
yeah.
Second.
I got a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Yep. all
Aye.
good. Clerk, this is where I'm going to step in and say, you know something? Mr. Galley's been he's been a part of this team for a while now. He's finally a full board member. I want to give him some authority
Motion
here.
to appoint Steve Galley as clerk.
I second that motion.
Aye.
Well, hold on. Steve, you okay with this?
I was waiting to see everyone voted. I might have voted no anyway.
No. I guarantee it. Everybody's all in favor. I just want to make sure that you're okay with this.
I want to ask, what are the responsibilities of the clerk?
You're gonna have to read everything first and foremost. You're gonna have to read all the letters and stuff like that.
Okay.
Anytime that, mostly it's organization of all of the, basically the outside correspondence. letters that come in from abutters, letters that come in from different departments. That's your main thing.
Okay,
You good with that?
I'm comfortable with that, yes.
All right. You then have to take us out for dinner and drinks twice a month.
Twice a month?
Twice a month. Twice a month. Twice a month.
That's fine. McDonald's has like good deals. That's fine.
You have to buy
It's at an establishment of the majority's choosing, Steve.
There you go.
We're supposed to go to Article 15 anyway, so you know what the heck.
All right. All in favor of Steve Galley being the clerk of the works here?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Everybody's good. There's the reorg. Everything's good. Deb, non-deliberative announcements and scheduling. Anything to talk about?
No hearing on July 4th.
Nice.
So there's only one hearing in July, and that will be on the 18th.
Nice. Do we know who that is right now?
There's nothing scheduled at this point, so there's possibility that there may not be a hearing in July at all.
Well, we'll see what happens there. If there's nothing else to discuss, then I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I got a double here. I'm going to Mr. Galley for the motion, Mr. Baker Jr. for the second. We're going for roll call, Mr. Tanzi.
Yes.
Myself is a yes, Mr. Baker Senior.
Yes.
Mr. Baker Jr.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Galley.
Yes, please.
Welcome to the board, sir. All
Thank
right,
you.
everybody, we're out of here. Thank you all
Good
for
night.
coming.
Thank you, everyone.
Rob,
Yo.
give me a call when you get off.
You got it. I'll talk to you all later.